Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I will be showing you what I read last month, which was in November. I read 8 books last month, but I finished 9 and it's really confusing. But on one of the books I read, I had 2 copies. So I finished 9 books, but I read 8. The first book I read this last month was King of Sloth by Anna Hong, and I gave this 4 stars. It's about Xavier and Sloane, and Xavier makes a mess out of his life constantly, and Sloane is hired by his father or his family to fix his messes. And she does that. She does that very professionally, but eventually they fall in love, and I think he falls first, but it's really cute, it's adorable. The second book I read was King of Envy, also by Anna Hong, and I also gave this 4 stars. That just seems like my usual rating of romance books, 4 stars. It's about Vuk Markovic and Ayana something. And Ayana is engaged to Vuk's best friend. But Vuk really likes her, and he believes that the engagement is real, which it isn't. Ayana's fiance has to marry someone so to get his inheritance when his grandmother dies. He does not love people, so he decided, me and Ayana are friends. We can go marry each other, and I will get my inheritance, and I will pay Ayana money so that she can leave her toxic work group, whatever, where her toxic workplace. And Ayana agrees because she doesn't love Vuk at that time, and she needs to get away from her workplace because it's really toxic and it's not okay. Eventually something happens where Ayana's fiance and Ayana are like, yeah, no, this is not working out, and Ayana and Vuk end up together. I found this to be very exciting. A lot happened. And the third book I read in November is Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands, which is the second book in the Emily Wilde series, and the book is by Heather Fawcett. It's basically about Emily and Wendell, because Wendell is an exiled Fae king, and he needs to find his door to get back to his country or whatever, his realm. But his stepmother has locked those doors, so now they need to find another door so he can get back to his country and resume his place as king. And I gave it 5 stars. I love this series. I love everything. I love the writing style. Book 4 was Red, White, Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, and I didn't per se like it. I gave it 2.5 stars. I started this so long ago, and I just never wanted to read it. The chapters were long, I didn't care about the characters, and I just did not enjoy it, really. I think it's a good book, it just wasn't for me. And the chapters were really long, and it was more like, I just need to finish this because I don't want to DNF it, but I'm really not enjoying it. I just need to finish it. And I did. It's about Henry and Alex, and Henry is the Prince of Britain or England, whatever, and Alex is the son of the President of the United States. And it's a gay romance, so they fall for each other, and basically they have to hide it for a while because Henry cannot be gay. That is not allowed. And first they start off as kind of rivals, and then they fall in love and they start sneaking around, and eventually it just blows up. Everyone knows, and yeah. Like I said, I didn't really like it, but I do think it was a good book. It just wasn't for me. As the 5th book of the month, I read the Iliad, which I have 2 copies of. So I finished 9 books, but I read 8. I love Greek mythology, so this was a really good book. I loved it. It's just about the Trojan War and how that went, and it was good. I do think it ended on I know it ended, and I was like, I know stuff is still supposed to happen. But it just did not include it because the war did not end. It ended with Hector's funeral, and a lot still happened after Hector's funeral, like the horse. And if you're an Epic fan, the baby being dropped from the wall. I don't remember reading it. I could have missed it, but yeah, it was a good book. I liked it. Also really love this copy. This one. Gorgeous. Book 6 was Legendary, which I really loved. I just have no words. Basically Donatella is kind of the main character, and in the last book it became clear that she promised something to someone for her to be part of the game. And now she has to pay that fee, that debt. And the book, so she has to play the Caraval game, and eventually there are a lot of other plots, a lot of subplots. I really liked it. You eventually find her mother, and a lot of things about her mother you learn. That was a really bad sentence. I really liked it. I also love Dante and Donatella together. And I gave this book 5 stars, which I didn't give Caraval 5 stars, but I did give this one 5 stars. It's like giggling and stuff, and I loved it. For book 7, I read The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, which I gave 4 stars. That's just it for romance. It's really thin, honestly. It feels really light and thin, and that's weird. It feels weird. It's about Noah and Hazel works in a bookstore, and Noah works in is like a fisherman or whatever. And Hazel starts finding books with little clues, and so she meets Noah, and Noah finds her with the first clue, and he's like, yeah, I can help. And so they start figuring out those clues, and yeah, and eventually, and Noah already loves Hazel, and Hazel eventually starts loving Noah, and it was cute. Then, as the last book I read in November, I read The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan, which is the first book in the Heroes of Olympus series. I did not expect to finish this book in November. I wanted to finish it in November. I did not expect I would, because I got into a reading slump. I did not want to read, and then on Sunday I sat down, and I just read like 140 something pages, like in one go, before 10 a.m. I had this book finished before 10 a.m. And I really enjoyed it. It's about Jason, Piper, and Leo, and Jason wakes up on a bus with amnesia, and he has to get his memories back. He has to go on this quest, and it's chaos, and I loved it, and especially Leo. Leo is so chaotic. And I gave it 4 stars, I think. I loved it. I loved the book. Those are all the books I read in November. And this is also the end of the video. I don't know when my next video will be, because December is very chaotic. I have a test. I probably still have a little bit of therapy. I'm going on like a 3-week vacation, or 4-day vacation. We have 2 holidays that we celebrate this month. Sinterklaas, which is a Dutch holiday, which I'll be celebrating twice this week, and Christmas, which I will also celebrate multiple times this month, and then New Year's, and it will just be so chaotic, and I don't know when I'll get to another video. I will be reading, and you will see me in January at least with another what I read that month, the last month. You get my point. So if you don't get a video this month, you'll get a video in January, and I will see what I do. Bye, guys.